In this video, I'm going to explain in a little bit more detail the tender types on Clover, how to add them, how to remove them, what do they mean, and how are they being used. So first of all, let's just see what tender types are contextually. So I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in. All right. And this is a register app. And all we're just going to do so far is add a random item to our shopping cart, like so. And now we're going to go to pay screen. And when we're talking about tender types, this is what we're talking about here. So on my test device, the tender types that are currently enabled are card, right? So cash and other, okay? When you're signing up for your merchant services account with Clover with your sales agent, you're going over the kind of cards you're going to accept, or will you accept EBT, for food stamps, or will you accept Visa, American Express, Discover, MasterCard, whatever the cards are. Will you accept debit? Will you not accept debit? These are all tender types, okay? And the more tender types you accept, the more customers you're going to end up having, because people have different ways that they want to pay, and if it's a match, then there's less resistance from you to prevent that customer from saying, they don't accept this, so I'm going to go look for another shop. And so that's tender types. Now on Clover, functionally, you can create your own tender types and give them meaning. And first, let me show you how it's done, and then I'll explain to you why that's possible, why that's relevant. So, say, let's go into the setup, right? And in the setup, we're going to payments, okay? And in payments, we have this thing that's called tenders accepted, very first one. I'm going to click on it, and there are tenders here that external gift card that's not turned on, external PIN debit, credit manager, so that's ours. And then there are those that are created, and then there's the plus sign. And the plus sign allows you to create your own. So now here's one application. I can call it Uber Eats orders, right? Or paid. How about that? Paid. That's a tender type. You can accept it, right? And so I have it. There it is. Uber Eats paid, and it's turned on. And it was in my setup under payments in tenders accepted. And now let me show you, the benefit of this thing. So here we are in a register. We have our item, it's in the cart, and we're going to pay. And there's our button right there, Uber Eats paid. So there it is. We just processed a transaction with Uber Eats as a payment type. And what does that accomplish really? Well, when you receive an order through Uber Eats, it's paid through Uber Eats, but you still might want to use Clover to get like an order or receipt or paper or just count for inventory on your POS, that being Clover. And by creating this tender type, you can basically reconcile it without actually having to ask for real money. If you're doing, so there's, that was just one application of creating tender types. We use tender types in our apps, right? So for example, we have an app that does our EBT split. Let me just quickly show you. And EBT split is a functionality that enables merchants to accept EBT or food stamp as a payment type. This is taking unusually a long time. Let's assume it's working. So we're gonna go to our register app here. We're gonna grab something from our dessert, like so. Say that it's a strawberry. Nope, it's not enabled. We gotta go to our inventory. All right, so there it is. I've turned it on. And now that it's on, we have our items. I'm gonna save, and let's go ahead and try this again. Desserts, ice cream, strawberry, and that's EBT. And then we go something else like beef, and that's not EBT, right? So we go to pay. It tells us that EBT is split, and the split is by guest. And why do we have, what does that have to do with tender types? Well, so there's this button that says split EBT items. Say customer says to you, oh, we changed our mind. We're not going to pay with EBT. We're just going to pay with cash. Well, you want to add taxes back to EBT items. There it is, right? And the function of the other tender here is to call up our app, right, and allow you to do something with this current order. Okay, another app that we have that does this, interfacing with negative tender, with register and the tender types, is negative tender. Negative tender, again, tenders. So it's going to keep showing this. Let's go ahead and do that, and we download this order. Now, nothing on the 0. Okay. Well, so negative tender. So say we have this item here and we're putting this in a cart. What is a negative tender? Negative tender is a way to pay out your customers for lottery or returning for bottles, right? Or refunds or vendor payments or owner draw, whatever the reason. And so we put a button in other tenders. We give it a name, right? And that pulls up negative tender and allows us to process a transaction with a negative amount. Thus the name negative tender, right? So again, tender type. Let's say we're doing $15 and we're paying out for the lottery, and we can apply it as payment towards whatever is hanging in that transaction, or we can simply open register like so and still continue to expect this to be paid for with cash as a tender type. So all of these things are tender types, and some of it is function, some of it is just the ability to accept these payment types. And I hope this was useful. Thank you.